The Papal States were a sovereign state in Italy that lasted for over 1,000 years, from 754 to 1870. The Pope was both the head of state and the supreme leader of the Catholic Church. His residence was in the Vatican Palace, and he held immense power over the Italian peninsula. The modern country of Vatican City is all that remains of the Papal States today. But what if the Papal States still existed today? Would the Pope be a world leader? To answer this question, let's first travel back in time to 1870. By this point, which would eventually become the country of Vatican City. So we ask again, what if the Papal States still existed today? Well, it's likely that the Pope would be a world leader in the same way that the Dalai Lama is. You see, the Italian unification movement didn't just happen overnight. There were decades of fighting, and the movement actually began in the late 1700s with the French Revolution. Napoleon's armies conquered much of Italy, and the Habsburg Austrian Empire was also a major player in the region. The Congress of Vienna sought to undo many of the changes that Napoleon had made in Italy, and most of the Italian states remained unchanged. However, the revolutionary fervor that swept across Europe during this time period did not go unnoticed. And in 1848, a group of Italian patriots rose up against Austrian rule. They were led by Joseph Mazzini, who would later become known as the man who made Italy a nation. Now, if Mazzini and his fellow revolutionaries had succeeded, then perhaps the Papal States would still exist today. Mazzini's plan was to create a united Italian republic with a constitution and elected leaders, but the revolutionaries were ultimately defeated by the Austrian army. Still, the idea of a united Italy remained, and the movement continued throughout the 1850s and 60s until finally in 1871, the Kingdom of Italy was proclaimed. If the revolutionaries had succeeded and Italy had remained a republic, then it's likely that the Pope would have lost much of his temporal power. In fact, it's likely that the Catholic Church would have become a lot like the Church of England, a state religion with the monarch as its head. As it stands, the Catholic Church is the official state religion of Italy, and the Pope, as the head of the Church, enjoys certain privileges in the country. But if Italy had become a republic, then it's likely that the Pope would have lost these privileges and become more of a figurehead. What do you think? Would the Pope still be a world leader if the Papal States existed today? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.